All right. So the first thing we have is the affidavit of surrender surety.
Because I have not seen those affidavits, but things like
So you want to go forward on the?
some sort of violation.
Yes. I mean, do you still want to surrender surety? All right, Deputy Laura Deputy Mejia, she's going into custody. All right. So the affidavit.
Boom, straight into custody. Did you catch how fast that happened? When you're out on pretrial release, the court isn't playing games. One wrong move, one clear violation, and your freedom's gone just.
Affidavit to surrender surety will be granted, and then we have the non-compliance, and this is the first violation report. Is there a second violation on Ms. Rodriguez? Right, so what I can tell you on your violation report, the violation report is that you have not done your testing, the drug testing, or done your sober support unit. So obviously you want to be in custody. Is that correct? Have you contacted your attorney? So obviously you want to be in custody, because if you did not want to be in custody, you would have contacted your attorney, you would have done your conditions that were given to you while you're on bond. And you didn't do any of those. So that tells me
the person has a bonus where they just telling him that I haven't been able to use it because I don't know. I picked up a job next year and I have 2 kids and I haven't worked. So I've been telling him like whenever I've been able to.
if you're drug tested today, it's going to be dirty, right? All right. So obviously you found time to use drugs during your busy schedule, but you can't find time to report the pretrial services. And based upon your drug use, you should not have custody of children, because when people are using drugs, they are not good parents. You can't be a
Ouch, that one landed heavy. When the judge says drug use makes you unfit to parent. It's not just harsh words, it's a legal fact. This isn't just about choices. It's about consequences. Parents, remember.
good parent and use drugs. So there you are. So you're going into custody today. All right. So Norma, reset. And are you going to stay as her attorney or no? Okay. All right. If you want to go ahead and go on orally on the record. All right. The court is going to call NITMAC number 738729, State versus Alexis Christian Rodriguez, for the defense.
I am the attorney of record, and I thought I was just going to select to make a verbal motion to withdraw.
All right. As previously stated, the court is granting your affidavit to surrender surety, and the court will grant the motion to withdraw. And I think once you've done the affidavit to surrender surety, there is sort of a conflict. All right, that will be granted. Your excuse. Thank you. All right. Are you able to afford an attorney?
No,
All right, Ms. Ferguson, see if she can be interviewed for a court-appointed attorney. All right, and then Norma, let's recall this for the week of July 21st. All right, and if you can make sure that she has a reset form. Thank you. All right, just have a seat, and could you all hold on to her?
A few moments later.
Court is calling 2025 CR 007780W, State versus Alexis Rodriguez. Do I have parties announced?
Dudley Pitlock for the state of Texas, Your Honor.
Charles Blunt from Ms. Rodriguez.
And are you Ms. Rodriguez? All right, Mr. Bond, you were recently appointed on this case. By recent, I mean today.
Yes.
Are you waiving your notice for the dates?
I've had a chance to review the state's file. I'm already comfortable, but I'm familiar with the discovery and reviewed that with my clients as well, so we're ready.
Let's hit pause. That moment right there. Pure Courtroom 101. We're talking waiver of indictment, knowing your rights. The plea process isn't boring legal jargon. It's the foundation of your...
All right, Ms. Rodriguez, did you review the waiver of indictment reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Procedure with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to have a grand jury receive the evidence in this case and make a determination on whether or not to hold you over for trial? Did you understand that your attorney has certain rights that are associated with your due process? Namely, once the information is presented to them, 2 days is allowed to pass, and then they have 10 days to prepare for trial. Did you understand? By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment and waived reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Defense, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
The court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Rodriguez, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Did you review the information with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the information?
We do.
And state, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Rodriguez, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with by information with possession of a controlled substance coming group 1 to 4 grams? That's third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state will call on the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you were giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand that the court will grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court will find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to $10,000 fine. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses? Do you believe she has a rational as well as factual understanding of the charges against her? Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense? Ms. Rodriguez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen? The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. There's a $60 restitution to be paid to the Bexar County Laboratory for testing, a TAP evaluation, follow the recommendations of the TAP evaluation, random drug testing, and the drug education course. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense is at the plea? State is at the plea?
Yes, Ms. Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions? Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charge, how do you...
And there it is officially on the record, a guilty plea with deferred adjudication. Translation, you're skating on thin ice. No conviction yet, but one wrong move. And that guilty verdict hits like a trapdoor. Fast and final.
Plea, guilty, not guilty, or no contest. State any evidence.
State offers at this time State Exhibit 1 to include all attachments.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand? The court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply to deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing? Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we believe she's worthy of the plea bargain we asked you to follow, and the office date is 20. Still, we plugged down waiver proof, so she's been waiting quite a while. The court ordered her the 60 support meetings, which she did. I know the violation report indicates that she did not, but she showed me proof on her phone that she in fact did do this. So she's off to a good start. She's ready to put this behind her. She has a good job in support of the family.
Okay. And I know that you were appointed this morning, but you said she was going to be positive. So we still have some work to do.
We got work to do.
Yeah. So, Mr. Yes. Hopefully in the right direction. Who is Joshua Chavez? All right. And who is Roy Medrano?
He was a friend.
And who takes care of your children? And how many children do you have? And what are their ages?
2, 1.
And who's with them right now? I don't know what's going to happen with the world. The world is in a precarious state. Because when you think about it, your brother's doing marijuana and drugs. You're doing marijuana and drugs. And you just left your children. So is it Joshua Chavez?
Now it's getting serious. The judge isn't just handing down a sentence, she's delivering a wake-up call. Her message: drugs and chaos at home don't mix. That's when the system steps in. Real talk. Should CPS have acted sooner in the...
And has he ever used drugs? Where are your parents? And why are you doing drugs when you have children? Alright, so and the reason why I ask these questions is I ask these questions because I want you to start thinking about things. And you need to start thinking about what positions you're putting your children in. When children are that age, or really at any age, their brain is developing. And when you're using marijuana around them, using drugs around them, and I know it stinks. And you know how I know it stinks? Because we had a case in this court where they kept bringing drugs out, and I kept getting headaches from the drugs. And then driving in this vehicle, you had somebody who thought that dousing themselves in cologne would make everything smell better. And you know what it ends up being? Have you ever had someone who never took a bath and they just doused themselves in cologne? You know what it smells like? Somebody who's never taken a bath and they're just dousing themselves in cologne. And you're having your children around that, and having your children around people who they shouldn't be around. I don't know why Child Protective Services is not in your life. I have no control over my children. So you decided to go for it and procreate, even though you haven't got your life together. So what do you do for a living? Doing what? And when you're stalking, who's watching your children? So it would probably be best, unless your parents are in agreement with you using drugs, it's probably best for your children to stay at your parents' house, for you to pay child support or at least drop diapers or provide financially for your children until you get your life together. Because when people are using drugs, they don't make good decisions. And when they don't make good decisions, people end up getting hurt, whether it's intentional or unintentional. Alright, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. We'll do a referral to felony drug court. TAP evaluation. Follow all recommendations. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors in counsel. Once you provide the courts with clean UAs, at least 2 clean UAs, the court will reconsider the no unsupervised contact. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. 100 hours of community supervision. Community service restitution. How far did you go in school? All right. So, what is your dream job? I'm sorry. All right. So here's the problem. Now it could still happen, but you people will not trust you as an RN because you're around meds and you have this drug case. So let's say, it still could happen, but let's say that falls through. What is your dream job? Other than that, think on it, okay? You should be able to answer that question. Where do you see your future? So I'm going to order the 100 hours community service restitution. That will be deemed satisfied if you complete some sort of higher level education or obtain a trade school certification. There's going to be regular random UAs, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, $60 restitution to Bexar County lab for testing. Is there anything else, probation? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? State, she does have a warrant. What do you want?
State will not object.
All right. And I'll ask that the warrant be recalled. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? And I'm sorry, Bashan, add parenting classes as well. All right. Charles, I'm adding parenting classes because I think that's good for her. All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? You can go off the record. Do not miss any of these appointments. You're going to have an appointment with probation. You're going to have an appointment with felony drug court, and you're going to have a TAP evaluation appointment. Those, they usually give you on separate dates. If there's some confusion, you need to pick up the phone, call probation and say, hey, I'm a little bit confused. Have I already done this, or is there another date? Because if you miss those dates, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to get a motion to revoke file, and I'm going to sign it if it's in order, and then it's going to be addressed later. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know.
This is the real challenge. Follow through. Miss a single probation check-in, and boom, it's a wrap. Judges won't hunt you down, they'll just revoke and move on. If you're ever on probation, rule number 1, stay sharp. Know your
and you feel like you're going to use, call probation and say, I feel like I'm going to use. Guess what? They're going to try to get help for you. All right? And don't ever tell somebody, I'm sleepy, you've had drugs. You know what I mean? That's not good.
I had drugs.
You know that's why you're sleeping. You were tired from the drugs. Nobody goes to sleep when it's cold.
She worked overnight.
Nobody goes to sleep when it's cold.
She worked overnight. You think she worked overnight? That's why she was there.
All right. Good luck to you. Thank you, Mr. Fox.